Hello, and welcome back to Inside the Panther Den. Your hosts this week are Lizzy
and Destiny.
and today we will be talking about our Halloween ghost story right here in Oklahoma. Our story for today is The Haunting of Stone Lion Inn. Now, our story starts back in 1907, where F.E. Houghton decided to build his family home for his wife and 12 children in Guthrie, Oklahoma. The family lived there for many years until one day one of his children got sick and died of whooping cough, and the family sold their home.
Their home got sold in 1920, which then became the Smith Funeral Home. And it was a funeral home for many years until it was bought in 1986 and turned into a bread and breakfast. During the renovation, people would often see things like doors being opened and closed by themselves. They would hear unusual noises like footsteps going up the staircase, and they would often call the police thinking it was intruders inside the inn.
People would also see a little girl walking around and thought it was the daughter of the hotel, of the owner of the hotel, and they would see her tucking them into bed at night and just all around the inn and the bed and breakfast, and eventually it ended up being found out that all the children were accounted for and that no one knows where this little girl came from.
Many people would also report hearing a music box playing music all night long. Other unusual instances would also be like guests would check in, but they would never check out. They would just disappear.
Also, one other thing was the children of the owner would play with their toys all day long. They would just have their childhood, and then at the end of the day, they would put all their toys up like normal. But when they woke up in the morning, their toys would be all over the inn. Guests would say that they found their toys everywhere, and no one understood how the toys got there. And also, people would go down into the basement of the inn and they would see a man just sitting in the corner in a chair, smoking a cigar. And everyone always believed that it was F.E. Houghton, the original owner of the house. But to this day, no one is quite sure.
So, Lizzy, what would you have done if you were staying in the inn and you saw all these weird, unusual things and you heard all these noises that was reported?
I probably would have left. I would have freaked out because I do not like anything scary, anything out of the ordinary. It freaks me out. I can't watch a scary movie without like having a panic attack. So I think that if I saw a little girl tucking me in at night, I might just lose everything. And I might
Traumatized me.
I don't know if I would have been able to function the rest of my life like that. I would have probably just called it quits right then and there and just dipped out, and I don't care if I paid hundreds of dollars for a night there.
I think the weirdest part to me is that they would check in, but nobody would ever check out.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened to the people?
And like the fact that like it wasn't like because I've never heard about this. So the fact that this wasn't that talked about and how
But all these weird, unusual things
Yeah.
happened.
Like if I disappeared from an inn and no one investigated it or no one really talked about it, I would be hurt.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what? Like, what the heck? So I think like it's crazy that
Nobody really knows.
yeah, especially with us being like only an hour and a half from Guthrie, like you would think that we would know at least a little bit about it.
It honestly scares me a little more because I go to the Guthrie haunted house sometimes, and I'm now that just knowing that this happened in Guthrie and there's a haunted house, that's a little spooky.
Yeah, well, and then like how people like everyone claimed they saw this man in the basement. I'm like, it reminds me of The Conjuring over here, where every time they go in the basement, there's always someone down there. I'm like, I could not do it.
No.
Like, I would have actually probably peed my pants if I had to be in there. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
So, Destiny, would you, if you didn't have to pay anything and you just got to go for free, would you want to go stay at this inn or this bed and breakfast?
Absolutely not. I don't think, knowing all of these things, I don't think I would even be able to go into the building. After hearing all these things, I feel like it would haunt me forever.
Yeah, there's no amount of money that could make me go into these places. So, if you, after hearing all of these scary and spooky things and hearing our opinion on it and feedback, and you still want to go see this place, you actually can book a tour if you wanted to at oklahomacityghost.com. And they have all kinds of different things you can look into. And make sure you tune in for all of the rest of our episodes where we will be hearing all different ghost stories from Oklahoma.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode from Inside the Panther Den.